Adam Gorney here with five-star, we could say defensive end Nyckoles Harbor, but we're not because you're playing wide receiver and tight end. So how'd you come to that decision? How did that all kind of play out for you, you know?
It just played out by just track and field for real. And that's the best decision for me. For me, I'm not gonna bulk up like that. How people want me to. It's not gonna happen. My body stays lean. It wants to go lean.
Yeah.
So why not just let my body do what it wants to do and not try to physically just try to turn it up. See if I can get strong, buff.
Yeah.
And rock out. But this is gonna be the best thing for me because it's. You don't see a lot of people you see Marvin Harrison Jr. Me and him probably about the same size. I probably weigh about 15 more pounds than him. But, besides that, we got the same attributes. So if he can do it, then I definitely can do it.
Yeah. And if you ran against him, you'd run much faster. Right?
Oh, I'd burn him.
Let's talk about that track thing because over the years, we've talked to a lot of guys that are like, yeah, I'm going to do track. And I'm an Olympic level track athlete, but those guys had no idea what that takes, right? I mean, that's some serious speed, and you've seen it. Just put on YouTube, put in Nyckoles Harbor, and you see guys just blowing by guys. Especially at Texas Tech when you ran that race, that was incredible. How do you balance football and track? And is this like a decision of one or the other, or both? And it's going to happen that way, you know?
With that, it's going to be both.
Yeah.
I'm going to do both for as long as I can, and then once my body doesn't want to do it no more, then I'm gone.
Yeah.
I got to choose one. I'm going to soon have to choose one, but, as of right now, I got 2024 on my mind, for the Olympics, and that's what I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go out Paris. So if I can go out there, and showcase my talents and speed, then it'll be great.
How does that work, not only in recruiting, but as you make a decision here and those kinds of things, do you have to go train somewhere? What does that like timeline look like in terms of that stuff?
Training, timeline. I was training for track, so I haven't played football in probably 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, shoulder pads and stuff. I ran routes probably 2 weeks ago, but that's not my focus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it back on for this week, but then after that,
back to track.
Switch is off.
Yeah.
Switch not even all the way on yet. So I still got something in the tank. And I'm getting fast. So we just gonna see what happens this week. It's gonna be a big show though.
What's more appealing to you, burning people on a football field or running by them on the track?
Probably running by them on the track. It just looks better.
Yeah, right. Are people surprised that you can do that at your size though? Because for what you do at your size, it's pretty special.
Oh yeah, people are definitely surprised. You just really don't see it like that. I don't think we've ever seen it really in high school, really where somebody's my size that can run.
Yeah.
Well, people like Zach Brax,
right?
Roger Pleasant, people like that and stuff. You see how fast they are.
Yeah.
I'm running right with them, so
yeah.
It just looks weird.
And they're super small, so yeah, yeah. What does January look like for you? Are you gonna go to?
We're going to go to Oregon last week, the 27th through 29th, and then we're going to see if we can fit another visit in the 7th through 8th. But, I got 2 big track meets, the 13th to 15th, and then the 20th to 21st, so we're going to see what happens there, too.
Any surprise schools, or is it really Oregon, Maryland, Michigan, South Carolina? Is that kind of where your head is at, or no?
I think Oregon was a surprise school.
Yeah.
Not people.
Nobody expected that.
Nobody expected that. So, people blowing my phone up. They like, Nick, what happened, bro? Thought you wasn't going out Oregon. Now they trying to tell me about get some together. I'm like, yeah, come with me. Yeah.
How much of that is like the track training stuff? Because obviously, Nike and the whole thing.
It's cool. I've been running with Nike since I was a kid. So to keep running with them, possibly if I can become a branded athlete, stuff like that. That's a dream right there for any track runner. But whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
They got the best of both worlds, but we just gonna see what happens at the end of the day.
What do you like about Oregon? Because it's obviously, you said it's certainly different than DC and stuff.
The air cleaner, the fog at DC is just. you smell it every day. And you go out somewhere different, like Oregon, beautiful trees and stuff, and all that. And like he just like boom, and I'm like, that's good air right there. Like, we was in the woods.
Yeah.
Like with nature, we seen a deer. I thought I was gonna see a bear. So that was gonna come after me too. I was going out there.
Could you outrun a bear, do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm outrunning the bear. I don't think the bear won't see me though. I'm gonna scare him.
All right, here we are. 5-star Nyckoles Harbor here with Adam Gorney.
And the number one player in the country.
Thanks, bro. It's Adam Gorney here with Florida quarterback signee Jaden Rashada, and I just asked you if you're happy it's over.
Yeah.
What is the recruiting process like, especially for someone who commits and then continues to get recruited and then makes a decision to flip, you know?
No, it's like a roller coaster, you know, but it's definitely a blessing because something you get once in your life. So like to all the recruits out there, like it would be crazy at first and stuff, but once you find home and everything settles down, you get ready to enroll, like things will be back to normal.
Especially for quarterbacks, like you have to almost make a decision blind because you don't know really what the situation is going to be like. How hard is that, especially because you're getting recruited so early too, you know?
Yeah, like it's just you just got to go with your heart.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to break down the things on what you want to get out of your college career. And I'll tell you right now that no school is going to have everything you're looking for. You know, like you got to figure out just the ins and outs and weigh those things up.
Yeah. Are they all pretty much the same, or do you get like in every part of life, do you get like a feeling at one that maybe this is going to be the spot? You know?
Yeah, like it just depends who you are, you know, because I know me personally, like I'm a people's person.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of adapt to the people around me in the room. Like if I'm in a room full of people smiling, you know, I'll probably be smiling too. So I think that's one thing, you know. So that was my thing, you know, was like, man, like maybe, you know, this place got good people, you know, to live here and do what I can here.
Let's talk about Florida and the connection you have with Coach Napier, the staff. What really stood out about those guys along the way?
You know, just I'll start with the coaches, you know, just how real they were with me, you know, never really lied to me, you know, never was mad at me, never, you know, they just kept a level playing, and on top of that, you know, what stuck out to me the most was how detailed they were with things, and specifically how detailed they were recruiting me, you know, and you know, they had a game plan for me, you know, and I think that's pretty important when, you know, if a school has something planned for you, you know, like, stick out.
That has been sort of the Billy Napier way of doing it, like very detailed, very, you know, person-centric, like right for the person. It's not just, this is what we do with our quarterbacks, or this is what we do with the class and stuff. How important was that for you? Like, damn, like they actually know me, about me, they want to learn about me, and they have this all set up, you know? Yeah,
it was like they knew me, you know, like they spent time getting to know me, you know, my family, you know, they left a real good impression on my family, you know, and like, just, man, like just how detailed they are, and you know, they like to get to know you as a person, and, you know, all those things. You gotta be able to click with somebody. Why not go play for not just a great coach, but a great man.
It helps when the staff is that big, though. They have a pretty deep bench.
And like the staff, you know, to go on with the staff, you know, everybody's welcome. You could tell like a lot of them are like on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you could walk in a building and see that it's a lot of everything.
Yeah.
I would say about Florida, like everybody's on the same page, you know, and everybody's good to you.
Yeah. How have you gotten into the playbook yet? Have you been given it? I know Jackson Arnold has Oklahoma. As he said, it's pretty extensive.
Yeah. I got you know, I started off with the formations. You know, went over the playbook on my home visit and stuff like, and it's a big difference from high school. But like me personally, like that's what I wanted, and I can't wait to like learn all that and extend my football knowledge.
How do you as a quarterback look at the transfer portal, knowing so many are in there? I mean, honestly, probably some in this game will be in the transfer portal soon. And do you care about that? You know, Florida's going to take one? Does that matter? I mean, just walk me through that thing.
Yeah. So like, my approach is just like, you can't be looking over your shoulder, you know, like every day. Like, that's not good for yourself, you know, that's not good for the program. So really, I'm just going in there, you know, just like my life is different from yours, you know, your life is going to be different for everybody. So you just got to go in there and win you every day, and just see where it takes you, you know, like, you know, just go in there, be a natural competitor, you know, gain your team's respect, and, you know, whatever happens, just take care of your part.
There's no other way to do it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just,
like,
there's no way.
Yeah, like, and some people, they can get caught up in that. Like, oh, like, and then now the moment you get caught up in that, like, you're in your own head.
Right.
And you take things to heart more when they happen. Like, you just got to go in there, like, on a level plane and just worrying about yourself.
The good thing is you have a life. I really don't have any life. I mean, I'm married with 2 kids. It's pretty much over for me.
Yeah.
Last thing, and I do want to talk on this because it is important. I want to get your point of view on it. How annoying was the NIL talk around you and the flip and all of that stuff? And what would you like to say about all of that and how it played out?
Yeah, I would say it was annoying because, like, none of it was true. Yeah. You know what I mean? And having to live with that, with a rumor over your head. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that was pretty stressful, you know. But, you know, everything died off, and I was just blessed to end up in a position with great people, you know. And, you know, like, just end up in a position with great people at a great school, great atmosphere, and, you know, if I do what I'm supposed to, you know, everything will, you know, my goal is the NFL, you know, so if I do everything I'm supposed to, like, you know, that won't be an issue or a factor. I just got to take care of my business.
As all that's going down, it's got to be stressful. You're a kid. You have school. You have all this kind of stuff. I mean, what is that like to go through? Because it's got to be just a pain, you know?
It's kind of crazy. You start to see, you know, people acting different, and this and that, off something they read online. You know, like, that was one of the biggest frustrations, you know, just like, man, you know, just off something you read. But, you know, obviously I had a great supporting family, and, you know, coaching, you know, great supporting family and friends, all that.
Perfect. Again, Florida quarterback signee Jaden Rashada here with Adam Gorney. Here with Oklahoma signee Jackson Arnold, 5-star, right? Best quarterback in the country? Do you have to feel like that, or is it just who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, right.
I'm going to college in 2 weeks. Who cares?
When did you feel like Oklahoma was the right spot, and how did that play out into that decision? You know what I mean?
I knew almost instantly when I went up and visited. Just the campus, the culture, the coaches, the way they connected with each other. I just knew it was a great fit for me.
Your relationship with Brent Venables first, obviously. Definitely a character, someone who could recruit hard too. What's that like, and what do you just think of him?
I love Coach V. I think he's a great guy, a great coach, and he's kind of your hype man. You know, over there getting worked up, getting everybody, getting those juices flowing, getting the energy going, and that's the guy I want leading me out of the tunnel on game days.
You're going to be in the room though with probably Jeff Levy more than anybody. And how's that relationship been, and the way he runs his offense seems like perfect for what you do.
Yeah, I love Coach Levy. Again, great guy, great coach. Connected super well with Coach Levy, and that dates back to when he was at Ole Miss. He was one of my first handful of offers. So just believing in me early on just really made it feel special, almost, that he trusted me early on and stayed on me throughout the whole recruiting process, and just got super close with him.
What are those meetings like? Do you and your parents and coaches, quarterback coach or whoever, sit down and be like, this is what he does well, how are you going to put it on, or does he put you with the board? Take us inside like the actual meetings so you can kind of connect through the recruiting process.
I mean, most of the time it's just me and Levy one-on-one. I mean, I talk to a bunch of the coaches. Like, it's not just offense either. Like, I talk to Coach Valai a ton, Coach Hall a ton. Whenever I'm up there, Coach Bates, Coach Travis, and they're all texting me and stuff. So I'm close with the entire coaching staff. But most of the time on calls, I'm calling Coach Levy. Most of the time, it's not even football. It's just checking in with each other. You know, talking about the future. You know, how excited he is to get me up there. future opportunities that we're going to have up there. And recently it's been tailored to more football stuff just because I've actually got the playbook. I've worked through the plays. And to answer your question earlier about the whole offense, it's almost the exact same offense we run in high school. So it's going to help me transition a ton, or it's going to help me transition to really good in college because most of that stuff I've already ran. I'm used to it. I'm used to how it plays in game and the style of it. So it's going to help me transition really well.
I live in California, so I'm used to California quarterbacks showing up to a meeting with 6 quarterback coaches, a business manager, and an NIL expert. It's just a little different. What does that playbook look like? And don't tell me the plays, but is it pretty thick? I mean, it's pretty extensive, and how much have you kind of jumped into it?
Yeah, a lot of pages, a lot of plays, extremely complicated. It's built that way on purpose. Tempo, fast-paced, so pretty signal-based. So just learning all that stuff is going to be tough, but I'll get it down. I haven't done too much. I know all the formations and stuff, but most of the stuff that we'll learn, I won't even learn until I get up there, January 14th. So right now it's kind of the base stuff, whether it's coverages and certain plays we run into coverages, techniques of the D-line, formation, just all that general stuff.
You've talked about this a lot, about how the offense is very similar to Denton Guy, or how important was that as you looked at it, and just the comfort level of being able to do what you want to do,
It was huge. I never let that sway me away from other colleges who ran like a pro style or whatever, because I think I could fit into that too and learn it and be very successful in that. But the fact that it is very similar, the fact that he's at a place 2 hours away from my home and such a great coach, it fit super well.
You ran for a lot of yards in high school. Is that the intention at Oklahoma? Have you talked to them about maybe getting some of those designed into those, or you maybe don't want to take the hits at the college level?
I mean, it's pretty much built into Coach Levy's offense, the quarterback run game. He ran Matt Corral a lot, and so I definitely am not opposed to it. I would love to use my legs in college.
Who do you think you compared to as a quarterback? There have been Baker comparisons, Baker Mayfield. There are some others. Where do you kind of see you fitting in that sense,
I really couldn't tell you. I really don't know. I want to say almost like a Jalen Hurts type. Like I feel,
sure.
I mean, I don't know.
I think you're a better passer as a high school player than him.
Thank you.
Not as physically gifted, maybe.
Yeah, he was freaking strong in high school. That's insane.
Jacked up, yeah. No knock on you, of course. And just to brush on the Peyton Bowman situation, obviously you're teammates with him and friends and stuff. As that went down in the last week, obviously happy that he's now at Oklahoma, but just kind of walk me through what that was like as you saw it go down and stuff.
The day of when he signed with Oregon, it just, to me, like I always thought he was going to Oklahoma. He never actually told me. He wanted to keep me on my toes, and sure enough, he kept me on my toes. Picked Oregon, and I don't know. It didn't feel right, and I was gonna be happy for him regardless.
Sure.
Like wherever he goes, wherever Peyton Bowen wanted to go and thought was best for him, I was gonna be all for it. And he picked Oregon, and the day went on. He never sent his letter to Oregon. The day went on. Then I started. I talked to him that night. Just walked through some stuff with him. What he did, what he wanted in college, what he didn't want. And it was already pretty late. He had to make a decision pretty fast. And I'm not going to speak for Peyton, but I think Peyton ended up where he wanted to go. I'm super happy for him.
What were those conversations like? Like him saying, "Damn, I didn't want the day to go like this," sort of thing.
Pretty much. Kind of regretted stuff that he did.
Yeah.
But I told him, it's in the past now. You have a chance to do what you want to do and to make it right. And I think very mature of him for that.
Sure.
The post of him when he committed to Oklahoma, just the apology letter, everything. Very mature of him, and I think he handled that situation right. Maybe not everything before, but he cleared up some things really well and handled that situation.
And that's the thing, like his perception. There have been goofballs that have gone through recruiting, believe me, but that's not him or the guy
No,
right?
it's not
at all.
him.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when he picked Oregon. not like him, but that apology that he put out and everything, that is Peyton Bowen's character. And, he got a lot of backlash for that. But I think it was really man of him for him to step up and put something out like that. Most kids wouldn't do that. Most kids would just flipped to Oklahoma and just left it at that. But I think it was very, very mature of him to step up and kind of clear the air.
And believe me, the backlash you're getting from people on Twitter is not exactly the people you should be caring about.
Exactly.
Their opinions. Now at Oklahoma with you, you said you're excited about it. Obviously, have a roommate. How excited are you about that future in Norman with him?
It's super excited. It's always, well, actually, I can't say I'm saying it's going to be great to go to college with somebody I know, with a familiar face, someone I can lean on in my corner that'll support me throughout everything. I'm not saying that other guys in the class aren't like that. Like, I'm close with everyone in the class almost, but it's nice having somebody that I've kind of grown up with throughout middle school and high school to, be there with me.
Perfect. That's Oklahoma quarterback signee Jackson Arnold here with Adam Gorney. It's Adam Gorney here with Clemson signee Peter Woods. How does it feel to just be signed now and it's all over with?
It feels great to get it over with. It's kind of something that I dreamed of. Not really saying that I dreamed of being at Clemson, but just being in this position. So,
We talked about it over there. Let's talk about Alabama and Clemson and how that all played out, because it seemed like from January, when you really started to get heavily recruited, to June-ish or so, Alabama was the team to beat, would you say? And then that visit in June was kind of what sealed it.
Yeah. So, Alabama was probably the team to beat for years. My recruitment, they started recruiting me. I can remember all the way back when Brian Banks was the D-line coach. And I was a fan. Yeah. And so just going to camps and stuff. Actually, I didn't camp at many places. Alabama was one place that I actually camped at, and got to really know the coaches and actually develop a relationship with Coach Saban, like a real relationship, which is, some people can't say that. And so Clemson just swooped in. In January I took a visit. I really bonded with the guys, which is something that really stuck out with me. Bonding with the guys on the team. And, just them not acting like they were too big just to mess with, a freshman coming into high school, and they just kind of took me under their wing.
How responsible of a choice is that, though, to not go to the place that I grew up watching, but like the best place for me,
Really, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't do it without my parents, just kind of giving me that wisdom of making a decision, like a business decision, for my future, and not really as a fan or a little kid anymore, because, I'm coming into my age, becoming a young adult. I gotta be able to make decisions for myself, and sometimes that don't look like what other people want you to do. So,
how big of a Bama fan were you? Was this pretty serious?
Yeah, my mom grew up in Tuscaloosa. My dad went to Bama. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was like we didn't fly flags outside the house or anything, but it was, we had it in our heart. And, I cried when Bama lost our Iron Bowl in, what was it, 11?
Yeah,
11. The kick six.
Yeah.
I cried. It was bad. So yeah.
And then you all go to Clemson and love it so much. What are those conversations like, honestly, with your parents? Like, damn, this might be real there.
Gosh, it was crazy. I didn't even want to have the conversation at first, because I'm like, I'm going to Bama. What? Yeah. It felt good, but I'm just high off the visit, and it was consistent. Yeah. So I was like, man, I don't feel like this anywhere else. So.
Yeah, and what is it like at Clemson? Because it's obviously different. They're going to recruit you different, and they're going to, handle it different, and the whole thing. How much did that appeal to you, and what was it that really stood out so much?
It's the people.
Yeah.
The people, it's like something's in the water down there, or up there. It's ridiculous. Even the people that have nothing to do with football, you're just walking around the city, walking around downtown, the people are just super genuine, and, they care about themselves, they care about you, they care about the community, and it's just something that you just want to be around as a student athlete.
Sitting in Dabo's office, that can come off as not genuine from some people if it's not actually who he is as a person, like that sale, but it is with him, right? It's real.
Yeah, I would say if Coach Sweeney is putting up a fake, then he should get every award for an actor that there has ever. Right. Because one thing that I pride myself in, my sense of discernment. I can kind of just look at somebody and be like you're just not a real person.
Right.
I can tell. You know what I'm saying? I don't get those vibes with Coach Sweeney. I feel like sometimes Coach Sweeney is too great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's him. That's who he is. It really is. He's truly a good guy, and when you catch him in points where he really doesn't have to be good is when he's the best.
Yeah. Texas signee CJ Baxter here with Adam Gorney. I'm just talking pretty much everything here on Media Day, but let's talk about what was going down the stretch here. We talked about over there a little bit.
Definitely.
Texas, Florida State. In your mind, how it all played out and everything, how it came down to Texas being the right spot.
Yeah, like I said over there, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't consider Florida State at all. That it wasn't in the back of my head about flipping. But I think I really just kept the main thing, and which is where I think I'll be the most successful at, and that's Texas. Honestly, with Coach Choice and Coach Sark and Coach Flood, and just how much they poured into me, how they just stayed genuine throughout the whole process. That's what really won me over.
I was told by somebody that if Shard Choice was there, you were no doubt. Was that sort of how it played out, or was it really still hard down the stretch?
Like I said, I don't really. Yeah, honestly, if Coach Choice wasn't there, it'd probably be a different decision. Honestly, because he's very, very genuine. He's the type of coach I want to play for. Like literally on the field, off the field, whatever. Like I feel like I can walk around the streets with him, stuff like that. Like just go out to eat with him, stuff like that. Like that's the type of coach I want to play for.
How much of recruiting is just that connection? Like you have it in your personal life and everything. How much of that is, and not the school, but the people at this, you know what I mean?
that was my biggest two things going into the process. Once I started like receiving a lot of offers was building a relationship with somebody and going somewhere that can develop me, that has a great scheme. So, and he has both of those. That's on both of his resumes, like both of those things. And, somebody that can develop me, like he got Bijan, Jameer Gibbs, really, JP Mason. He was even showing me backs that he got that went to North Texas. Like that just shows like he's developing people.
Yeah. Bijan obviously did a whole lot for those guys over his time there, but he also helped in recruiting, obviously.
Right.
How much do you watch those Texas games? You're like, damn, maybe I could be the next Bijan, you know?
Yeah. So I hear a lot of people say, oh, you got some big shoes to fill, or you could be the next one. I honestly don't want to. I don't want to be like him. He's a great player, one of the best running backs to go through college football ever. But I want to be like him. I want to be my own. I want to start my own legacy, stuff like that. But I definitely learned a lot from him outside of football too. With Coach Choice, for instance, Coach Sark, and how they are as people, how they are as coaches, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Going to Texas and seeing that place, what's that like? And just being in Austin and the whole thing.
It's a beautiful city. Yeah. It's like it's a college town, but it's like in the city. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Go down the stretch. And people want to know, because you took the visit to Florida State, obviously important. What was the feeling with them that you know, you grew up liking them and stuff, but also that was also a decent fit too. You know?
Yeah. So I think the difference was the situation with Texas was a little better, like what I'm going into, which is they're losing 2 backs, possibly 3 maybe, whatever Keenan does after the game tonight.
Yeah.
So just going in there, being an instant impact, stuff like that. I feel like with Florida State they have a lot of backs right now that's returning and stuff like that, which I don't have no problem competing. But I just feel like the situation was better at Texas.
When you told the coaches, how hard was it to hit that and talk to them about it? Because obviously there's some relationships built.
My dad always told me like you gotta learn how to tell people no. So it was definitely hard to do. I told somebody the other day, it's like telling the coach no that you can't come to school is like breaking up with your girlfriend. Like it's hard to do. So. Yeah.
Usually they break up with me. So, how excited are you for the future, though? Like you said, stepping into a situation that seems to be, you know, ready for you. You know.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. You know, I was just talking to a couple of reporters. I report to school in exactly a week. I report to school next Thursday, so it's all going like this. It really hasn't hit me yet. A lot of people say it probably won't hit me till the day before or even when I get there. But I'm definitely excited. I'm ready to get to work, have fun, compete, and just enjoy my time there.
This time last year, and we talked about this, I stopped over at a workout of yours. Where were you in your recruitment, and how crazy can recruiting be that you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go here, or I'm feeling this, or you've been committed elsewhere?
That's a perfect example. Like, I think I released like a top 5 or something, top 7 or something, and then like 2 to 3 months later, that whole list changed. Like I think it was only like one school that still remained on there, which was Texas.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Like at once upon a time, I had Bama in it, Arkansas. I had Louisville in it.
Yeah.
So it's like it always changes. So that's why when you're going through the process, you have to find somebody that's gonna be consistent the whole time. Like they're gonna be consistent. So that's what it was.
Looking back now, you feel maybe you've grown up a little bit now that you've signed.
Yeah.
How silly are top 5s and top 7s and everything?
I honestly wish I never released them. I honestly feel like I didn't never release them because it's just.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of a media thing.
Right, sure.
It just grabs people's attention.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, that's Texas signee CJ Baxter here with Adam Gorney. This is Adam Gorney here with Florida signee Will Norman. And Will, how did it get to Florida? How was that the right spot? And as things went on, others were trying to definitely flip you.
Yes, sir. I definitely like to say the message stayed consistent. The message stayed the same. And they were just, I feel like, straight up with me. So it just felt right. You know what I'm saying? And then as stuff started coming to an end, it just was like, what was the reason you committed in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So just stick to your roots.
When you picked them, and Florida people always say this, like Billy Napier has a plan. He has like a strategy for each kid, and he likes to recruit. What was it like for you in meeting them and getting a feel for those guys, you know?
It just felt very comfortable. Like even on the first trip, it just felt like very comfortable. I felt very relaxed with the coaches. Everything felt genuine. It didn't feel like I was trying to fake anything or trying to stress anything too much. It just felt very comfortable and relaxed. As well as like on the field, it just he kind of sees myself how I kind of see myself, like a versatile defensive lineman, not really just a strictly nose guard or 3-tech. He kind of sees me moving around and just being versatile. So I definitely like the message on the field as well.
How exciting is that? Because like guys that don't have just like a specific position can sometimes be, coaches can kind of be scared off sometimes, right? But what did you like about that, and that you're gonna be able to play kind of all over the place?
The thing that you like about that is you could get on the field kind of earlier. You know, if we need a need in the 5-tech, you could kind of jump in there in the 5-tech. If you need a 3-tech, you kind of try to go out there in the 3-tech. So, you know, the best availability is availability. So, well, the best ability is availability. So, you know, just from that standpoint, but also just trying to offer as much as I can offer coming in. You know, I'm not trying to do too much or too less, but just trying to do what I have to do to, do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you were at IMG and you picked Florida, and then you go back up to the Northeast where there had been a lot of pull to begin with. I think Penn State was definitely a school involved.
Yes.
How did that kind of go, and was there any thought when you're like back in Jersey, you're like, damn, maybe I'll stay up?
Yeah, that's their argument now. This is your hometown, you know what I'm saying? Stay where you're loved, you go down south, they love down south kids, but you kind of just trying to block everything out, and like, my blessing may be my blessing, my blessing may not be everybody's blessing, you know what I'm saying? So, as I went home, I kind of just tried to block out the noise, and like I said, the reason why I committed, I just wanted to keep that the reason why I committed.
Who were the schools that were really making that push?
I would definitely like to say LSU, Penn State, and then, when Deion staff did their little thing, Colorado was definitely in the mix.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And everybody says they kind of got contacted by them. What was that like, and what was sort of said? Was there like a feeling out process? Or?
They were recruiting me when they were at Jackson State, but I didn't really like feel it. I didn't never really feel it. From a Deion standpoint, I definitely love his energy and what he brings to the table. You can't relate to a coach probably any more than that kind of. So, from that standpoint, you always love that. But as far as me coming in and playing for somebody, you got to kind of win me over, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel the love.
Yeah. How excited are you to get back to Gainesville and start getting going here?
I'm very excited. Coming off a losing record, a losing season. We have a lot of weight on our shoulders, and I'm just ready to put the best foot forward and get to work. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Just coming in young, just ready to learn, soak everything in, and just be greedy for more and learn. Just to learn. You know what I'm saying? Greedy to learn.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
That is Florida signee Will Norman here with Adam Gorney.
Yes, sir.